Hey, welcome back to the channel. The 7 Lives of Leia. 7 Lives of Leia. This, wow. I tell you what, this girl, man, she goes to a concert. She goes to this party. And she wakes up and she wanders off in this, this canyon. Now, this is a foreign film. But this is really, really, really very, very well made. I mean, I was shocked how well made. And here's the thing. It took me, I think, 4 days to get through this. You know, what's weird is I'll read the first episode. It's called June 15th. Now, this is the 7 Lives of Leia. Now, Leia found this body, and when she passed out, she seen the skeleton hand. So she reported it, and her mom and dad picked her up. And then after that, the police arrived to get the body. Come find out, this body had been buried there for 30 years. And so she's only 17. So, her mom and dad's giving her a hard time because, her mom and dad, she went out and was partying and stuff. And then, she's just listening to her mom and dad. So when she goes home, she goes to bed. But when she wakes up the next day and she's got the body of that skeleton guy that died. And so this guy's name is Ishmael. That's his name. And she wakes up in 1991. So then, at first she freaks out, because she's trying to convince Ishmael's little brother that it's not him. And they was thinking that she was acting weird. So at first, she's freaking out because, she's like, I'm not, she kept telling everybody, I'm Leah. And then, the guy that died, because he died of a gunshot wound. So she's freaking out because she's 30. She woke up 30 years late. She woke up 30 years that was in the past because she wasn't born till... she wasn't around back 30 years. So she's living the life of this guy that she stumbled across. And so at first she freaks out. So, she's like trying to go through the day and she's feeling all awkward and stuff. But then she runs into her mom and she runs into her dad at a young age. And she found out her mom and dad had a rock and roll band. They was throwing together and stuff. And her mom likes to party, and her dad had some deep secrets that he was trying to hide. So then, so she goes to bed and then she wakes up the next day, and she wakes up and she ends up waking up and she ends up being in her mom's body. So this is how this movie's taken off. So she's waking up, and each person that she woke up every day, now this only got 7 episodes, but she was trying to, after she stopped freaking out and started realizing that she had this friend that was in a wheelchair, this real pretty girl that was in a wheelchair. She convinced her that she was swapping these bodies because every time she go to sleep, she wake up in a different body. But when she started getting into it, she almost messed up a few things. So she was like hoping that she can go back to sleep the next day to change things back. Because if the way they talk, if you did go back in time, and you did something, you could disrupt something when you come back to the future, which we will never know because it never happened. We never experienced anything like that. But every time, it took me 4 days to get through this. And so, with me trying to, actually, go to work and try to watch this thing, I was only been able to watch it like a little bit here and a little bit there. But this got 7. So each episode is June 15th, and Ishmael is the guy that she inhabited the body. So he died on June 21st. So as she kept waking up, she started inhabiting all these bodies. But as you're watching this movie, I'm telling you, look, whoever made this movie, I'm trying to see who made this movie, because this is a limited series and it's only 7 episodes. But here's the thing, the music that they used in this and the things that they were doing, because every time she would go back, she'd go back in somebody else's body, and she was using language that, when she was using language from 2022, and some of the people that was back, she was living in a time where her mom and dad was basically her age. You understand what I'm saying? So, oh God, this is so good. And then there was this guy that had his dad had lots of money, and this boy, his son was a spoiled teenager, and he was in the same age group. So she was thinking that he is the one that had him killed. But then Ishmael, but she had a chance to make love in all these different bodies. But there was a part where she actually was talking while she was, being in the person's body, and she was making these comments. It was so funny because when she goes, "Mom, Mom," and she woke up, she's on her mom's body. So then when she seen her mom's boyfriend, it was her dad before they got to marry and had her, because it's so good. So she says, so she was sitting there in her mom's body, and her dad was getting ready to kiss her. She goes, "No, no, no, no." She goes, "Oh," she's saying this to herself. And then it switched to her being in this bathroom in the school, and she was washing out her mouth because she kissed her own dad. It was, oh God, this was just, oh man, this is an excellent, excellent series. I'm really impressed. So she was trying to find out actually who was killing this person, and who actually killed Ishmael, because Ishmael, when they did the autopsy on the skeleton bones, he got shot in the head. So as I'm watching this film, I'm thinking I could piece things together. But do you know what? She got with her friend that was in a wheelchair, because her friend, which is a real pretty girl that was in a wheelchair, was telling her, she goes, "You need to be careful." She goes, "Because you're going to mess up things that's in the future." So as I kept falling asleep and I had to go to work. And then yesterday I couldn't watch too much of it because I had to work out. Today's my day off. But so I'm sitting there going like, man. So this is how much I got into it. I kept sitting there going, all right, so if she's going to actually do this, somebody's going to have to get sacrificed. This is me thinking this way. So as the series went on, I got to episode 4, I got to episode 5. Now at this point, I'm all into it. Well, she talked her best friend that's in a wheelchair, which is a very pretty girl, to go find out where this girl's at. That Ishmael had sex with was a drug chick, but she also woke up in that chick that sold them drugs, which had something to do with them getting on stage with a band, because this chick was a lot older than her mom and dad at that time. You understand what I'm saying? So when she woke up, she woke up and she looked around, and she had these two old hairy big guys in bed with her. And then she woke up and she goes, "Oh my God, I'm 100 years old." And then as she started looking at herself, she was that one girl that her mom and dad and Ishmael was trying to get. They was getting drugs from, but she also had a lot to do with them helping them play a band on stage. And so as she looked in the mirror, she goes, "Wow, she's actually attractive." And she really was attractive. She was just a 30-something-year-old chick. So she was in her body. So she was thinking that, but then her and Ishmael was making love, and she was all into it. So the girl in the wheelchair was like, "Well, you had a chance to experience, all these different bodies and all these sexual encounters," in which she did. This is just like, wow. So anyway, she was trying to piece everything together, and she was trying to alter things to try to see if she can keep Ishmael alive. So she had to do a few things when she woke up in different bodies and stuff, because she was getting into it at this point. But she ends up being in her dad's body. So when she found out, when she got in her dad's body, she woke up. When she woke up in her dad's body, she woke up and she goes, "Oh, I'm in my dad's body." And when she looked down, she had an erection. I mean, a big erection. And the comments that she was making, and her mom walked, her dad's mom, which she was on her dad. Her mom come in, which was her grandma, but she was in sleep, and she was like, she's like saying all these names to try to get her penis to go down. It was so freaking funny, but. So she was getting to June 20th, and then she was getting to June 21st, which is the day that Ishmael got shot in the head. But the whole time I'm following this, I'm trying to figure out stuff too. But the way that this was made, it was made to the point where it was like, there were so many things that was coming in this way and stuff. And it's like, you couldn't really figure out what was going on. So I was kind of lost there for a minute. So, that's what was cool about this, because when I watched this, I was like, what the, man, come on. Well, who? Well, But I did say this. I said, when I got towards the last episode, I said even her best friend did not want her to go through it. So they figured out that if she goes to sleep, if she wakes up, she's gonna wake up in somebody's body, and she's gonna end up either have to go ahead and stand there and get shot in the head, or she can alter it. If she did alter it, that means that she would never be born. I'm not gonna tell you the outcome of this, but I'm not gonna tell you, but I think you know where I'm going with this. But anyway, the 7 Lives of Leah. This, wow, I was impressed. And like I said, I gotta go to work. I work out, and I can't just sit down and watch TV like most people, you know. And it took me 4 days to get through this, because this is the 7th episode. It's got 7 episodes. But the 7 Lives of Leah, man. There's a part in there where she had to try to figure out how to get a hold of her mom. So she would talk in the background, you know, because she was in these people's body. Then when she went to go use the phone, she made this comment and said, "Oh God, I miss cell phones," because she had went back, you know, 30 years, you know, because she was going back when her mom and dad was her age. But she was a 17-year-old chick. But man, this climax of this thing was just boom. I mean, boom. You know, it got to me though. It really got to me. There was some superb acting in this. It really was. I mean, it was touchy. It touched my heart. You know, I could feel it, man. I could feel it. I could feel that youthness. I could feel how she was in each one of these bodies. I could feel how the heaviness of the sorrow that they felt and everything, and trying to figure out what happened to him, and how she just this one tugged on the heartstrings. But anyway, guys, 7 Lives of Leah. Check it out. I think you'll thoroughly enjoy this. 7 Lives of Leah. Sorry about that moped. I got my door open. It was storming out. I'm just letting fresh air in. But oh my God, this is so freaking good. 7 Lives of Leah. Man, awesome. Awesome. And each episode's like 46 minutes, 41 minutes. The last one is 52 minutes, so it's the longest one. But anyway, God bless. Take care. Stay safe out there. And drop a like. Leave a comment. You know, all that good stuff. God bless. We'll see you.